Hey everybody, Dr. Dan here, and I want to take a minute to show you how to use our mobile learning site. And the first thing you're going to need to do on your phone is go to the web address that I've supplied. Now there's two ways to do that. You can either get the web address from the email I've sent. The web address is also on our Blackboard site, and there's also a barcode you can scan that has that web address. So once you get to that web address on your phone, you'll look at the app or the site and it'll look like this. One thing you might want to do is put a shortcut on your desktop so you can get to it quickly. The way you do that on an iPhone, for example, is to click at the bottom of the screen, this little box with an arrow, and then you'll see the bookmark options come up, and what you want to do is you want to click on Add to Home Screen, and once you do that, you can just click on Add, and it will add this icon to your home screen. So now if you look in the bottom right of my screen, you see our little History 33 icon. So once we click on that, that takes us to the mobile learning site, the home page. And this is intended for if you're on the go, you want to look at some of these lessons quickly, you're not in front of a computer, you can do it. And the intent with these are micro modules. So these are short little bursts of learning that you can do on the run that will help prepare you for quizzes and for discussion boards and that sort of thing. So let me go through this really quick and show you what it looks like. Before I do that, if you don't want to access this stuff on your phone, you can simply go to that web address in any web browser and access this exact same material. Now, you don't need to do this to be successful in the class. Everything you need is on Blackboard. The intent of this web app is to give you an opportunity to study when you're not in front of your computer, and also to give you quick lessons that might be easier to comprehend, considering we all have really busy lives and we don't have a lot of time to spend on the web all the time. So as you look at this, if you look at the top red button where it says content, if you click on that, you'll see all the modules in here. Right now there are only 2 modules placed, but let's go ahead and look at monopolies. We can just click on that one, and this gives us some micro learning modules. In other words, we're going to take the learning objectives for any one module, and we'll just go through it, and you can read about in this case, this was, when is the Gilded Age? And so there's a little brief reading you can get through in less than a minute that tells you when the Gilded Age is. If we click on Next, we're going to go to our next micro module. And again, this is the learning module about what's considered a monopoly. So again, it's a short little reading. It takes you about a minute. It'll teach you what a monopoly is. So when you get that question on a quiz or on a test, you'll be prepared for it. And we can just go through, hit Next again, and here's a micro-learning lesson about when the U.S. started to regulate business in the U.S., and it talks about the Sherman Act. Again, it's a 1-minute lesson. Some of these have videos you can look at as well, but the idea is it's sort of a flashcard type of thing that keys in on what you need to know to be successful in the class. So let me just get back out of this. The other thing you can do on the phone app, if you want to have some fun, you can go ahead and try out Quiz Play. So what you need to do here is I've just rotated my phone. Go ahead and click on Quiz Play. Now this closely mimics what you'll have on your quizzes. So once you click on Quiz Play, you can click on the quiz game. You can just tap on it and just tap again, and you'll see questions. So this first one, what 2 industries began to dominate markets in the Gilded Age? We know from the reading that that's steel and petroleum, so you can just answer that one. When did the U.S. government begin to regulate businesses, and why? The best answer there is between 1890 and 1901, so I'm just going to run through these really quick so you'll see how it works. What's considered a monopoly, and so on and so forth. When you get all done with this, and I'll just rifle through them really quick, if you want to, you can post your scores to social media. You can tweet, whatever you want to do if you're in class with, or if you're connected with fellow classmates via social networks. So that's another thing you can do on the site, on the mobile learning site. In addition to accessing content by the red button, and quiz play, which we already looked at. There's some study tips in green. This will be expanded, but for right now it'll tell you how to be successful in each module. We can go back home, and then there's also a button if you want to email me. It'll bring up your email client, and you can go ahead and email me if you have any questions as you go through the app. So again, that's what the app is all about. You don't have to use it, but if you want to use it for supplemental material to allow you to study on the go, it's a great opportunity to do that. It's really easy, again, to put the icon on a desktop. Let me get back to that. And when you do that, it will look like this right here down at the bottom, the History 3380 icon in the lower right. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.